Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of the series. I don't even remember what we were doing last time, but we probably already beat the guys up there, the gargoyles. So we did beat the gargoyles. Yeah, we have the gargoyle elm. And what we're gonna do this time is probably beat the butterfly. So there are two ways we could go. We could go to the Asylum demon, and I will explain what that is. But you have to do a bit of thinking to go there. So for now, we're gonna go through the easiest route, or well, not the easiest, but the one that's in front of us, so that we cannot get lost. I'm gonna level up a bit. So leveling up. Let's level up strength. Okay, perfect, and dexterity a little. I'd say we're set. Now I'm probably gonna start leveling up vitality. So, as an experienced player, or kind of experienced player, you know that going to the butterfly means that you're gonna get a new ember, which means, which is an item that helps that you have to give the smith and helps him to make sure that your weapon can be upgraded. So further, obviously, because the weapons in Dark Souls have different upgrade paths, and the common or the normal upgrade path goes to +15, and we have it to +5 now. Disclaimer. So, as you may have imagined, that's not the max upgrade. So let's quickly get rid of these guys. They attack from kind of farther away. You just have to put your shield up. Their attacks are nothing special. They just attack from further away. If you keep your shield up, you're gonna have no problems. If you explore, you will see that you need the Crest of Artorias, I think is called the item. The smith was selling it. And here, you can see from here too. Yeah, you can see the bonfire from here. So you know that if you hit the wall, you can come and rest at this bonfire. If you need to level up, if you need to be a little closer to your goal, which now is the Moonlight Butterfly. So the Crest of Artorias, or whatever it is called, I think it is the Crest of Artorias, that the smith sells. It costs 20,000 souls, and that's a bit much for our level. If you're a new player, you probably won't even pick it. If you're kind of an experienced player, you're probably gonna pick it anyway, because there's a way to level up kind of fast using a ledge and making all the NPCs jump down. Anyway, I didn't dodge in time. So, you really don't need to dodge. You can just keep your shield up. It's just me being stubborn. But that's what I'm trying to explain. If you're not stubborn, this game can be a piece of cake if you're attentive and whatever. So, these guys, these giants, uh, you can run. You can run away from them, but you can also just kill them. They take some hits, especially if your weapon is not upgraded. They take a bunch of hits to go down. But you see, sometimes they do this spell, and it's difficult for you to run away from them. But if you don't run away and you keep attacking and stay behind their back, even if you're slowed, they're not gonna be that much of a problem. So, we're human, and here you can see behind the bushes there's something. Yeah, touch the summon sign. So, the witch Beatrice, I think, or Beatrice, I don't know. Anyway, the Moonlight Butterfly should be a ranged fight, or well, could be a ranged fight. We don't have any arrows. We could have bought them, we didn't, and we only have this weapon. Can you beat the Moonlight Butterfly without the help of this witch? That, of course, will give us some ranged assistance. Yes, you can, of course. You can, because the butterfly will go on the stone wall sometimes, because it feeds off this mask, and sometimes it's gonna go there and eat. What you're gonna do then? What you're gonna do when it flies there is, of course, eat it back with your sword or whatever. So, you just have to dodge whatever this guy is gonna send at you. I didn't do a good job, mostly because of the, the lag or whatever. Oh shit. So, there was an explosion, as you can see. Most of the attacks you can just dodge if you're attentive enough, and if you summon Beatrice, it's gonna be really a piece of cake. If you're a caster, or if you have a bow, just use the bow, dodge, and use the bow again. The butterfly has really little life, as you can see. We defeated it in just a round, you know. It's not that difficult to dodge air shots. The one I didn't dodge, I should have just went under it, if you have the timing right. But as you can see, I took almost every hit and I still won. So it's not that difficult, it doesn't do that much damage. And so, we took the amber, and we're gonna go back. Also, while we're going back, we're gonna explore a little, and we're gonna find some piece of armor, some good piece of armor, which is the Elite Knight set, and we're gonna find an interesting trinket, which is the ring of one of the four Knights of Gwyn. So let's just cut these trees. Why would you cut these trees? Of course, is to give you mobility, because as you can see, there are a bunch of guys here that come up from the ground. Of course, if you can, make them come up before you wake up the giants. That's a good thing. And there's a treasure there. So let's see. Okay. We woke up the giant and we woke up this tree. Let's kill the tree. If they grab you when they do that sort of motion, they're gonna drain you of pretty much all your health. So just you can distance yourself from that, but the quickest way is just to hit them. So let's go this way to make sure there are no trees. We don't want, of course, we don't want to fight the trees and the giant all at the same time. Okay, let's take this. Let's kill the tree. And let's start to kill the giant. Yeah, I think you can even roll when they do that magic, the giants. But you see, you can roll when they don't do it, and when they do it, they're open for a lot of time. So there should be a tree here. Sometimes it's not exactly where it should be. Yeah, it's here. I don't even know how it moved, but it did. Anyway, I thought it was just a static tree. It gives you soul. It gives you some soul, but you know, not that much. It's not that important. The fact is that usually the tree is around here. You can eat it. You see that it's alive, and down, and you go from this stuff. If you explore, of course. Exploring, you see there's another tree that's alive. We don't have to, but we can kill it, of course. You know, it's souls. It's whatever. It just gives you some souls. We're gonna go this way. So there's a giant there. You can see it from here if you pay attention. And what is this way? Kind of a surprise attack, but you see these creatures are pretty slow, so it's not that surprising. It's not like, you know, artificial difficulty or whatever. You just take a leap forward and they take a leap forward to you and you hit them. Just block with your shield, really easy to do. Even if they hit you with the tongue, they don't do that much damage. They mostly drop this moss, this herb that you can use. This green blossom, you can use them in PvP, and they make your stamina regenerate faster. That wait a second. Okay. So let's kill this giant so it doesn't bother us, and so we get some souls from him. There's nothing that way. You can see there's nothing. Liar ahead, of course. Probably the other message was to jump or, you know, something like that. The Dark Souls community is a bit trolly, which I really like. So, we go this way, and there's another giant. We kill this one too. We make quick work of him. And they drop the Stone Great Sword, and which you can also buy later. Oh, here's the Wolf Ring, and they drop their shield, which is a pretty good shield. It's a great shield, which is really good for fights like the Capra Demon. If you have heard of Dark Souls and artificial difficulty or whatever, you have surely heard about the Capra Demon. It's kind of a tough fight especially if you're low level and you don't know much about the game. But if you have some stamina, if you have a good shield, you can do it. It's not that difficult. You can also cheese the boss, throwing some bombs at him from outside the boss fogger. That's cool too. So, we killed the boss. We could explore and go here. And we will. So, we already know what's the other way. We came from there. There's a blacksmith. So that is Lizard, the one that we saw at the start in the barrels. It gives you, if you're quick enough, it gives you, damn, almost missed it. It gives you a bunch of items to upgrade your weapons. So let's go this way. What are we gonna find here? We're gonna find an Hydra, which we're not gonna fight now. It's not too difficult for us now, but we're not gonna fight it now. And I'm gonna explain why later. There are a bunch of crystal golems, and if you beat the Hydra, the crystal golems and the Hydra, you can go up some stairs, and you will find yourself. You know where there was that door, the ones that you opened with the crest of Artorias. That door, the one that was, gleaming and whatever. Yeah, that door. You will find yourself behind that door. Let's let's kill this black knight like we did with all the others. You can also use, the fact that you're near a ledge to your advantage and make him just, jump down. You can also parry him like the other guys if you know the gist of it. If you are pretty sure with your timing, it's not that hard. Ooh, the Black Knight Halberd. That's a really good weapon. We could use that. We are a quality build. That means we have a strength and dexterity, so we are able to pretty much use any weapon, and that's a pretty good weapon for a dex build or for a dexterity build or for our build. And we're gonna put some dexterity. So if you go this way, you're gonna find yourself in the Valley of the Drakes. We're not gonna go there because the Drakes are kinda hard to kill, mostly annoying. They're not that hard. They have easy pattern, but they're really a pain in the ass. So, what you do, you go, you see the Hydra, you see the golems, you think, it's kind of a tough fight because you're gonna fight the Hydra in the water, and the water slows down your movement. And if you go too much towards the Hydra, you're gonna fall down because there's a pit in the water that's kind of difficult to see. You can see it if you pay some attention. And the other way, there were those drakes. They were pretty annoying. So, let's come back here. And if you go through the drakes, you will see that... Ooh, there's our friend there. We're gonna talk about him in a second. So through the Valley of the Drakes, you're gonna go or through a door that's barred out. That's barred from the inside. You can go there. You cannot go there. And if you go through all the Valley of the Drakes, you will come at the start of the first area, Firelink Shrine, and I'm gonna show you how and why later. For now, we're gonna try and kill this guy, Avel the Rock. When I showed you the door kinda at the start, when we were about to beat the first boss, I told you there's a guy down here. We don't really want to go there. We really don't want to go there. This is the guy, Avel the Rock. It's pretty hard if you're a beginner. You kinda have to know the gist of your backstabs and parries, or anyway, you just have to know how and when to strafe to the right. So I was kind of lucky there. I have some poise, so I withstood the hit of the weapon most of the time. If you don't have poise, if you don't have anything, even with your shield, you're gonna get slammed to the ground and die instantly at this level or with these HPs. It gives a really good ring. Avel's ring boosts maximum equipment load, so we can equip some nice armor and still fast roll. Let's see if we have some nice armor. What do you think about this and this? I don't know. We're not gonna fast roll. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe no. Well, we're probably not gonna fast roll. Let's see. Okay, pretty good. Of course, to fast roll, you have to be at 25% or less of your maximum load. So, where do we go now? We can go at the starting area. We can go through here, from the boss. From here, as I said, if you go through the Hydra, you're just gonna find yourself behind that door, and before you get there, you're gonna find some really tough enemies for your level. There are a bunch of giant cats which roll towards you with unprecedented ferocity, and we're just gonna skip them for now. We're gonna go back because, as you can see, there's not much to do here. And so, where can we go? There are a bunch of places we can go to. One place is from the starting area into the Valley of the Drakes, and into the Valley of the Drakes, if you have the key, of course, the master key, departing from Firelink Shrine, which is easier. You can do it from here too, of course, but as I said, the drakes are gonna be kind of a pain in the ass. But if you have that, you can go down in the what's the name? Blighttown. It's a really infamous place. You've probably heard of it. Most people quit at Blyton or on Stillness Mode. If you don't quit there, you're probably gonna be fine through all of Dark Souls. And we're not gonna quit, because I'm gonna show you how to beat all of the game. So, what's here? You can go here, of course, but we're gonna meet a strange fella. If you explore, you're gonna go here, you're gonna find him, you're gonna see if he has some clues, and he's just a guy who wants to go over these giant doors. He doesn't know how, and we're gonna see him later. His story is it's a good story, like mostly any story in Dark Souls, and a sad story, like mostly any stories in Dark Souls. So let's rest a second and let's see if we can level up. Oh no, let's not level up. Let's see if we can come to the smith, and we'll give him the divine ember, of course. And we're gonna reinforce our weapon. Wait a sec. Yeah, you see, we can modify our equipment, and the claymore can now become a divine claymore, and this is good for the faith builds because the divine weapons scale with faith, but it also kills some skeletons in a particular area, which don't die unless you have a divine weapon or you kill the necromancer that brings them up again. So let's reinforce weapon, and we're gonna reinforce the Black Knight Halberd. We have some Twinkling Tidelights, and we're gonna see just how good this is. Is it better than our weapon? Probably yes, because if we compare them just as with their vanilla stats, it's better. But let's see. We don't have the stats yet. We don't have the dexterity. The strength we're never gonna have. I'm gonna go only to 27 strength, and I'm gonna explain that. If you have 27 strength, you can use any weapon if you two-hand it until 40 of strength, and that's my goal ultimately. And I don't really need to use the halberd with a shield, so we're just gonna need dexterity anyway. The upgrade path that you use with Twinkling Tidelights only goes up to 5, and if it goes up to 5, we could touch that and get wrecked instantly by someone that is probably twinking, but we're not gonna do that, of course. You know, why not? What's the worst that can happen? Let's try it. Let's do this. We're probably gonna die, but I mean, we could have avoided that, but we're not gonna avoid that, because you know you're gonna go through these things in Dark Souls. PvP, player versus player, you know, invasions, and let's see if these guys get summoned. We'll see if we can beat him. Probably not, because he's gonna be prepared for us. If he is from the Dragon Covenant, He's probably gonna have some haze up his sleeve. Because that's pretty advanced for our level. But let's see. You never know. You never know. So where is this guy? He's not. He doesn't want to reveal himself. It seems. It seems to me. So what are we gonna do? Where is this guy? I'm gonna make a quick change and change our shield. This shield makes our stamina regenerate faster. Oh, here's our guy. Good. An honorable duel. Let's go. Damn. That flame. My god. That's a pretty powerful flame. Let's backstab him. Damn! We won! We won! We actually won. Dragon scale. That's we can use the scale. We could use that scale if we were from his covenant. So we defeated the champion from the Dragon Covenant, and let's go our merry way. So, if you explore, you're gonna see this elevator. Where does it take us? It takes us to the Firelink Shrine. We're gonna jump here. We're gonna jump because we're not going to Firelink Shrine. We're going into this ledge. You can jump to get to this ledge, but you can also just roll. Damn. You can also just roll. I'll try to be lighter because it makes you roll a little bit farther. I think I'm light enough, but I probably misjudged the distance. There's some noise here. We're gonna see later what it is. You're not gonna see, you're not gonna find what it is just now, just yet. So, we're gonna take 5 Estus more in Firelink Shrine and go back from here. Let's go back. Let me see 1 second if I can buy something from this guy. I may need force. Even if you have a strength build, any build, whatever. If you're gonna invade, if you're gonna do PvP, force is really, it's a really good miracle. It can help you in some helpless situations, just by making your enemy go off a cliff. So purchase item. We cannot learn force. We don't have enough souls. We will do it later. So let's go this way. We made the elevator come down, so we can take it whenever we need now. And go this way. This is just part of the exploration. Damn it. Let's try again. As I said, I'm not that good with this kind of things, but we're gonna do it anyway because we have to. Even if it takes you a bunch of tries, It's not that hard, and it doesn't really cost to try again. So, what are we gonna find the other way? We're gonna find, we're gonna go back from where we came. You remember the Undead Asylum? That is where we came when we beat the tutorial boss. Yeah, that guy. Oh, finally. You can also jump if you want to, if you don't feel confident to do it rolling. Anyway, we're gonna go here because we see a shiny, and we take the shiny. We're gonna also take this shiny. There are a bunch of shinies we can take. Some you can take also by going near the crow. So you don't need to do this jump and all of this parkour to get there. Okay, so we took the shiny. What this shiny is a key, as you have seen. What does this key do? This key lets us go in a place in the Undead Asylum. So let's curl up like a ball, and let's see if something happens. Usually it takes a while for something to happen, but that's that's the exploration part. It that something is gonna happen, so you just have to be patient to know what. Anyway, we will go through the Undead Asylum one more time, and we're gonna go through a door which we didn't before because it was closed. So the crow is gonna take us. He's gonna take us back to the Undead Asylum. We're gonna skip the cutscene, and there's a guy here. There's a thing here. I don't really know what it is because Dark Souls, is kind of blurred like that in these regards. Let's skip this guy. Be sure to block first, because if you block, they're not gonna do as much damage, and you can recover quickly. If you take the hit, as you saw, you're gonna take so much damage from these guys with the torch. The fire damage is really another thing. Anyway, if you go there, you're gonna meet snugly the crow. If you test some things, if you leave there some things, you're gonna receive something back. If you really want to know what you can test it, which is gonna take some time, or you can just search it on the internet. Anyway, we're gonna go here and we're gonna rest. What are we gonna find here? There are some Black Knights, which you are quickly gonna dispatch. Because we kinda need what they got. If you wanna do a chaos build, this guy they drop material to upgrade your weapon. You see, this tight page is not really the best, so if you want to kill them, you're gonna have to be careful. I kinda went a little berserk there, but if you take your distance and hit them, you're gonna be fine. Also, these guys are not that hard to parry, so you could do that. So let's try. So you see, you can also do just that. Just let them hit them, and go back. But if you wanna rush, you could backstab and you could parry. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, you can do it. Just learn the timing, learn to place yourself, and you're gonna do it easy peasy. Anyway, so the red Titanic chunk, you can use it if you want a chaos weapon, or for yourself, you know, or just because you want to collect every achievement. We're gonna go this way because as you saw, there was a guy there, and the guy is chasing us, and this guy is the one that liberated us from the cell. Is Oscar of Astora. Let's kill him if we can, of course. It's not that hard. You can just, you know, you can parry him, you can backstab him, whatever, like any other enemy. Be aware that if he kicks you, you should just distance yourself a little. Just distance yourself if he kicks you, because of course it drains your stamina pretty quick. So be careful with your shield. He's gonna drop us his shield, which is really good against magic. And we're gonna rest at this bonfire. Neither he nor the Black Knights will respond. Yeah, I said Black Knights and not Black Knight and not Black Knight because there's another Black Knight right here. And while we could have skipped the first guy, we really cannot skip this guy. I mean, we can skip him. We can skip most of these enemies in Dark Souls, enemies that are not bosses. Anyway, you go back, you drink a little, damn. Sorry man, I really need that thing you have over there. Anyway, damn. Okay, you faint, you let him eat the air, the drink, damn, you faint again. Come on man, come on man, let me faint. Okay, you faint, let him eat the air. Okay, go back, and you backstab him. See, even if you don't kill him right away, even if you are kind of struggling, if you're not doing everything properly, you can just kill him. And even if you do screw up, and even if you do screw up, you can just go back and retake your souls. It's really easy to do. They're not too much of a threat if you just pay attention. Anyway, what's here? Peculiar doll. This is gonna serve us much later. It's kind of a key. Let's say it like that. So we're gonna kill another boss. This guy. You see this guy? I think he was here even the first time. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, we're gonna kill him. So, we did almost everything that there is to be done here. there are 2 more things to do, and we're gonna close with that. The first of these 2 things is killing this demon. And we are gonna do that right now. I'm also gonna show you a little trick. It is not really hard to kill this guy. You just have to learn, of course, his mechanics and whatever. You can run here, and he's not gonna notice you first. So you can go at him easily. Even if you take the fall, you're gonna have all the time in the world to drink and recover. So these guys' attacks are really similar to the boss in the tutorial. This one attack though is this one and some other attacks of his. You see, he does like a blast, you know? You just go back, you just distance yourself, and yeah. See, they kinda have a phantom range, but if you stay behind him all the time, you're not gonna be hit. If you're not behind this guy, they're probably gonna hit you, so be really careful. They don't really go through shield, but they kinda do, because they do fire damage, I think, and not physical damage. So anyway, you can experience that yourself. As you can see, one it didn't hit me, and I'm almost I almost didn't level up vitality whatsoever. I mean, I didn't, but if you took a character with less vitality, you would have been fine anyway. Okay. As you can see, the fight is really easy. It's mostly repetitive, so if you're patient, if you don't get bored easily, you're gonna have no problem. Just go, attack, go back, rinse and repeat. Just be careful, just be cautious, just don't overextend, don't stray from the the attack pattern. If he does something like that, just distance yourself, and then run back. And keep doing that until he dies. Also, as you saw earlier, you can slip through his legs if you're kind of cool enough. So you see, his body is quite the majestic body. So if you're having a hard time, like circumnavigating it, you can just slip through his legs if you're quick enough, if you're bold enough, whatever. Playing Dark Souls, you're also gonna learn the importance of not always being locked on, be it PvP or PvE. Sometimes not locking on, it's good, and it's also necessary if you want to. So, come on, you fat piece of shit. No offense to the fat, big boned people. I hate this guy. He's just, it just wants to make you suffer. As you can see, if you're finding yourself in a pickle, just slip through his legs. You can do it. It's pretty easy. So the name is not Asylum Demon. The first one was the Asylum Demon. This one is called the Stray Demon. But let's be real, they're kind of the same thing. It's just kind of an upgrade, reskin of the same boss. From Software is not. It's kind of known to do this kind of things. Reskin of the same bosses. Even in Dark Souls 2, that was a bit much, but anyway, there are 3 of these guys in this game. The first one, this one, and one that's literally the same but on fire. And he has less life than this one, so you know. You go through these stairs, you go back here. There was the Death Knight there, you know, and we took a bunch of souls, which we're gonna use to level up there. And as we do, we're gonna go upstairs because the whole reason why we got here was not for the boss. I mean, the boss gives you a Titanite slab, so if you want to finish your normal path, upgrade for a weapon, for example the Claymore, which is not upgraded with Twinkling Titanite, or it's not an elemental upgrade, you need the Titanite slabs. You're gonna you know, find a bunch of them, but you know, the more the merrier. And this is pretty easy to get, so go here. These guys are still as weak as ever. Here you don't have one guy to fight like the first time. You have 2. Oh my god. Well, you know, whatever shall I do? This is really difficult. Oh no, please don't kill me. Anyway, you can open this door, which you couldn't the first time, and you're gonna find this rusted iron ring. What is this gonna do? You can always just use the description. And the rusted iron ring, what it does is improves balance on poor footing. So it will help you. It will help you, you know, with the Hydra, and also in the place that we're gonna go in a bunch of episodes. So for now, I think I'm gonna close it here. Next time, I don't really know what boss we're gonna do next time. Probably the Cabra Demon or whatever. Anyway, for now, we're gonna close it here, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember to subscribe if you're liking the content, if you're liking the series. Remember to hit me up at twitch.tv/bluebullies, which I'm also gonna link in the description if you wanna see some Dark Souls or maybe some variety gaming on Twitch. And I'll see you next time. Bye!